Hello dear students, how are you? Today we are going to solve or evaluate postfix expression as per your request. So here is our expression. Okay, pardon me, here it is a comma here. It is not multiply, it is comma. And this question is from 2013 question paper outside Delhi. Okay, so you can find this question in 2013 question paper outside Delhi. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to one by one scan it. Okay, let's make a scan here, and we have another thing that is called a stack, and let's say operation here. Okay, so we are going to scan 4 here, right? Now after scanning a 4, we have to find out whether it is a operator or a operand. Now you can see 4 is a operand, so it goes to the stack. Okay, very simple. And then we have a 2. Okay, so 2 is also gone to our stack, and this makes like this stack status 4 comma 2. Okay, and then we are going to scan another element, that is a multiply. Now you can see we have a operator. Now a operator is a binary operator, so we have to pop 2 elements, and 2 comma 4. So 4 multiplied by 2 is equals to the 8. Okay, let's say pop 2 comma 4, and then is equals to 4 multiplied by 2 is equals to 8. See how I have written it. I have written a same what was the status, right? In this, according to this statement only I have written this. Okay, so now push this element back, push it to, let's say, stack. Okay, so this will be your operations, and let us do it, and your stack status becomes this. Okay, here also you can write push 4, let's see, push 4, push 2, you can write, but I am not going to do it this time, since you already know how to write these statements. Okay, and then we are going to scan at 22, so it makes our status 22 because it is an operand. So whenever operand is encountered, you have to simply push that operand to the stack. Okay, so you can write these types, push 22. Okay, and then we have 5 here, and so my status becomes 22 comma 5. Okay, I think this is really very simple. And then we are going to have a 6, and see here our status becomes comma 22 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, and you can write these statements, and then plus. Okay, since plus operator, you have to pop 2 elements, that is 5 comma 6, and then evaluate it. Okay, so 5 plus 6 is equals to 11, and push it back, push 11 to, let's say, stack. So my status becomes comma 11. Okay, right? Now we have a divide here, and then we have to push 2 elements. So you can see I have to push 2 elements. Okay, sorry, it's push, and here 22 comma 11, and let's perform the operation, that is 22 divided by 11, and you get 2 here. Okay, see again, if you are confused how I have written this expression, right? 22 first and then divide. Okay, I think it's really simple. Let's use some drawing here. Okay, so I'm using my mouse, so you can see, expect this type of figures. Here we have a 22, okay, like this, like this. Now you can use 2 here, and we have 22, right? So in this way we can do it. Okay, clear? I think this was your question. Okay, now next we have to use okay, one step I forgot. Let's write that step is okay. I have written here wrong. I'll pop two elements and push to here. Okay, so your expression becomes somewhat like this, minus, okay, or 2, and then we have a minus, and 8 minus 2 is equals to 6. Okay, I must do it. Pop 8 comma 2, and again same, 8 minus 2 is equals to 6, and finally push 6 to stack, and then we have a sec, and we can pop the result, right? The last step is there is no element to read, then we can pop 6 as result. Okay, so this is how you can solve this question. Now question for you is, you have to evaluate this expression 5 comma 2 comma multiply comma 50 comma divide comma 5 comma minus comma plus. Okay, this is comparatively easy and you can do it, right? And another question for you is tf, not and, t or f comma and. Okay, so these two questions you have to do in your notebook. Okay, now here is another expression. You have to convert this infix expression into postfix expression, and this was in 2018. Okay, so this was the question of year 2018. Now let us scan it. So first of all, what you need to do is, first step is to have a right parenthesis to the stack straight away, and then we have to add a left parenthesis to the expression. Okay, so these will be your first step. Okay, now after doing this, you have to scan an element, that is u. Okay, now u is a operand, so it straight away goes to the expression. Okay, fine. Any problem in this? So in this, any operand, if you find any operand or you encounter any operand, you have to straight away push it to the expression. Okay, now we are going to use a multiplication, and you have to resume the stack status. So this is already a stack status. Multiplication is a operator, then you have to repeatedly pop all the elements which have higher precedence than the multiplication or equal precedence like multiplication. Let us assume that if we have a exponential operator, now exponential operator has a higher precedence than the multiplication, so your exponential operator goes to the expression u exponential, and then your multiplication goes to the stack. Let us assume if we have a division here. Okay, in this scenario also, since multiplication and division has the equal precedence, so your division goes to the expression popped and goes to the y, and multiplication goes to the stack or pushed towards the stack, and this process is continued till right parenthesis is encountered or operator with the low precedence level is encountered. For example, if we have minus divide, so minus has a lower precedence than the multiplication, so only your divide goes to the expression and multiplication goes to the stack. Okay, and since we do not have anything, so straight away your multiplication is pushed to the stack. Okay, and then in the next stack we have a operand, then your stack is unchanged and your expression is changed to uv. Okay, and then we have a plus, right? And so it is a operator, then you have to repeatedly pop all the element which has a higher precedence than this plus. Okay, so multiplication has higher precedence, so you have to pop this element and ub multiplication will be your expression, right? Any confusion in this? Let us recall it. Now plus is a operator which has lower precedence than the multiplication, so your multiplication goes to the expression and your plus is pushed to the stack, right? Now the next is the parenthesis. Parenthesis, you have to straight away push this left parenthesis to the stack and your expression remains unchanged. Okay, then we have a w. Okay, this is an operand, so my expression is changed. uv multiply w, and then we have a minus here. Okay, so minus is here, we have plus, and we have a left parenthesis. Again, let us recall the rule. We have to repeatedly pop all the elements which have a higher precedence or equal precedence, and this process is continued till a left parenthesis is encountered. We already have a left parenthesis, it do not have any operator, so your minus is pushed to the stack and your status is like this only, uh, and your expression is like this. Okay, or unchanged. Let us write this. Now we have a right parenthesis. Now for right parenthesis you have to repeatedly pop all the elements and add to the expression till a left parenthesis is encountered, and you have to remove your left parenthesis. Okay, go ahead and repeat this statement again. So you have to pop minus and push it to the expression, so your expression becomes this, and there is no more element before the left parenthesis, and then you have to remove this left parenthesis if right parenthesis is encountered. Okay, so your stack status is this and your expression is this after scanning or after having right parenthesis. Okay, now let us move forward, and we have a slash, and then you can see now plus has the lower precedence level than the divide, so divide goes to the stack and plus is not popped. Okay, and your expression is like this only. Okay, and then we have a x, it is an operand, and your stack status remains unchanged, and your this statement okay actually goes to the expression. Okay, and finally, okay, wait a minute, and finally we have a right parenthesis. Again the same rule, we have to repeatedly pop all the elements which have or till we encounter a left parenthesis and remove the left parenthesis. Okay, so let's do it. We have this expression and we were having x. We have to pop first element, that is divide, and add to the expression, and then we have a plus, we have to pop that element and add to the expression. So in this way this is your final result after removing the left parenthesis. So at the end you should be getting a empty stack, right? And at the end of this expression or this calculation you should be getting a postfix expression which contains all the element and all the operator, right? So in this way you can check it. Okay, or you can manually check it. You can see we have a this parenthesis, so you can easily calculate. It should be wz minus. Okay, uh, okay, I missed a z here, I think. Okay, see, little bit glitch here. We have, sorry, at this place we have a z, so let's do it. Plus divide minus was there, and we have to write z here, and let's substitute z. So this will be your final expression. Okay, now we have wz. See, I have detected my error by using my own technique. Yeah, you can calculate it by manually. Okay, so wz minus is here. Now this is your divide, this is plus and multiplication. Now you can see if you calculate according to the BODMAS, we have divide here, so divide goes here, so wz minus x divide should be here. Now you can see this expression. Okay, Now after this we have a multiplication. If you see, this multiplication gets the preference after calculating this part, so uv multiply should be there. Okay, and then we have a plus, this goes to the end of these two terms. Okay, so in this way you can cross check it. Okay, and here are the two questions which you have to do in your notebook. Okay, and if you still face any problem you can ask me. Okay, now there is little adjustment here, you have to write a slash. Okay, right. So best of luck for these 4 questions and hope you will do it, and this will remove your all confusions about conversion of infix to postfix expression and evaluating postfix expression, right? So thank you for watching.